Hello and welcome to Ooblets. I'm a ghost. Ooblets.
Whoa.
Oh, is that another ghost?
It's me, Jan, the ghost of quick look bumpers.
Whoa, the spookiest ghost.
Wong video feature.
Oh,
There we go.
Wow. Good work, Jan. Good
Thank you.
work. Today we are going to be playing Ooblets, which is a game that is in early access. It is available for $25 on the Xbox One as a game preview, which I think is what the Xbox system calls it, or in the Epic Store in early access. So I am playing this on the Xbox One. Yeah, but you've played it on Epic, right, Jan?
Yes, I've been playing it on the PC.
Seems to run fine, I would assume.
It's pretty. It's Uben. It's Uben.
Oobical. I wanted to say radical, but with oobs.
They have a glossary on their website
With all their
of
lingo.
Ooblet terms. So like, how do?
How do? Oh yeah, that's like hello, how are you? That's their greeting.
Yeah. Or Dalio.
Yeah, another greeting, right?
Have you come across Gosh Zuki yet?
No, that's news to me. I've heard how do and daily
quarantine lifts, I'm just gonna start yelling Gosh Zuki at everyone.
That I love that idea. Can't wait to hear it in 6 to 2 years. 6 months to 2 years. Anyway, let's hop into the game. Ooblets, signing in. So I will say it is in early access, and I have seen just some balance issues in general. And it's hard for me to tell if it is because, you see I've played for like 20 days. Usually when I play these games, there are copious guides available. I'm just going to pause it because time will run. So there are copious guides available to you. So it's hard for me to tell like how much of this is me figuring this out without having a thing that says like this is the most efficient way to do it. And how much of it is maybe the game's balance not being quite tuned in yet. Do you know what I mean, Jan?
Yeah, I found the start to be fairly slow. Then again, I don't normally play like farming type of games, so maybe that's a thing that's unique to the genre, but I did find like I was kind of bumbling around a bit, not knowing the optimum order of things to do.
And I think that's pretty normal. That's how Stardew was. You know, I mean, like with Stardew, I played for like 7 hours before I really figured out what I was doing. So that could just be what this game is. So I will say from the start, it has been scratching that itch for me in a way that is very addictive, even with it being in early access. This is my farm. It is ugly as hell. I'll show you my
Abby,
house.
your farm is popping right now.
Thank you so much, Jan. Thank you. I was fishing for that, and you know what? You succeeded. So this is my house. I can edit the decoration. I could move my couch, for instance. So when I first moved in, you have this bed, you have this suitcase, and you have this here, this little cookie station for cooking. So I can make a carrot cake using my ingredients and materials, quib tarts, and a lot of these you can make via learning the recipes. So a lot of the recipes, you will find them with pages like these. You have recipe pieces. I think it's 4 papers to 1 recipe, but you can also spend them with your wishes on the wishy well, and apparently you can actually go to the well itself. I always just do it from the menu, but you've been going to the well, right, Jan?
Yeah, I didn't know you could do this from the menu.
Yes, I've only been doing it from the
so
menu.
much more convenient. You could wish anywhere.
It's true. So a lot of these are like, here's a blueprint for this thing, which is useful and vital. I think also when I was first playing it, there is some like story aspects. You can see to the side I can hide or expand it. But I have all of these like tasks I should be completing, which is a lot of just like get a bunch of gears, or like gears as in like supplies or resources or things you have to make, food items, crops, so on and so forth. Get these items and then submit them, and then you can like unlock a clubhouse or like a new section of the world. And I was immediately going for these in the beginning, and like my farm was really suffering, and I was like, also had all these ooblet seeds that I couldn't plant, and some were like half planted. Anyway, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, but I think that was also a little bit of me figuring out the game and less so the game not being balanced in the way I thought it was. Does that make sense?
Right. No, yeah. I wound up, I think I was in a similar spot. I think I'm in a similar spot to right now where my farm is at. because mine is nowhere near extensive as yours is.
Yes, build out the farm early, worry about the other stuff later. One thing I do take a little bit of issue with is I feel like you don't have enough energy for how long the day is. Like, I feel like it's not uncommon for me to just completely wipe my energy like before even midday, and you can take a nap and it really doesn't eat that much time. So it's just like, well, I guess I'm gonna take 3 naps today, which seems a little bit counter kind of to the spirit of the game. Does that make sense?
Right. Oh yeah, the game is a lot about like socializing with the town and getting dancing with your little ooblets.
Yes, we can also talk about the ooblet combat. So I will say this game feels, to me at least, like a mix of Pokemon mixed with Stardew Valley mixed with My Time at Portia. Like, it has the farming of Stardew Valley, it has the animal collection of Pokemon. You can see my ooblets here, but it also has the kind of story resource gathering like a My Time at Portia or Portia, depending on how you want to pronounce it.
Yeah, I'd say that's a fair assumption, not fair statement to make. So the thing that I hate about this game, and I know it's in early access, and it's a thing from Pokemon, and a thing in Pokemon is shiny variants of your Pokemon, right?
Yeah.
This game, and I saw you have one right there.
This guy?
The Lump Stump, a shiny variant of it. I'm like, oh god. I'm just going to wind up planting these little bad boys over and over again, looking for a shiny one, aren't I?
Yes. I think I did plant an uncommon seed already, and I'm hoping it's shiny. So far, I've been noticing in the world, you'll see characters that are like, because you got pretty standard ones, like these brown lump stumps. They're the regular old dudes. But then I got a red one, and you'll see the characters who are like, oh, you're a different color. You must be the special thing. And you can even see in the almanac, we can look at them. You can see there's like, oh, 3 uncommon. It looks like maybe I have the seed for them. Some of the like symbols, I'm still figuring out what they mean. It looks like I have the uncommon seed planted, I think is what that's saying for this clicky claws. You can also name your ooblets. You can give them, I don't want to send you home. No, manage. I don't know how to bring you back. That's another thing is sometimes
he's a
I have to
warrior king.
Oh yeah, I named him Warrior King, and I gave him a monocle. And I gave this one a little parasol. Where did Warrior King go? I need him. He is a good ooblet. Anyway,
I think I went with that same faction in the beginning.
Yes, it was like the faction guy was kind of annoying. Oh, here we go. I got another ooblet. Look at it go. Oh, look. That's what it's called. Tamlin. Look at him dance.
Looks like a weird Lisa Simpson.
Thank you so much, Jan. Great. Durble. Another thing I had a little bit of issue with was like, I was like, oh my god, I don't have any more room for ooblets, and I was like getting them left and right and seeds all the time. But then I just had to build these houses, and it kind of makes space for them. This game is very charming. You climb into these houses, which is very cute, and then I could choose this guy to be like, you're working on my farm now, little buddy. But I could also take him with me, and then figure out what his moves are. I'll also show you the Ooblets combat because I think it needs a lot more work, to be honest. Like, it's kind of fun, but I find that it's never hard. Sometimes it just takes a long time. Do you agree with me?
I agree. I wish, we'll probably show off a dance battle, but I definitely wish that you could just use all of your energy in one go versus like one at a time and how it handles it. I also wish you could just speed up the encounters. Yes,
it just needs like a fast forward button, and I think that would solve a lot of problems. But it's also a thing, which we can see in the combat, is like you basically can it's like sort of a deck building game, but you don't really deck build, and you don't have any kind of control over like what comes next, and like once you're done, your hand gets wiped. So it's not even like, I wish that I could like save some of my cards and feel like I was doing something to kind of strategize a little bit more, which I'm not. Anyway, before I go, oh yeah, you go, Jan.
I was gonna say, so far it doesn't seem like that is like the main focus of this game. Like, a lot of work has been done into like this farming management aspect.
Yes, I think for a long time I was like, it seems like you want to do ooblets a lot, and I was like, ooblets and story stuff, and then I realized like it seems like the ooblets I'm also tilling in a bad spot. It seems like the ooblets are basically mainly there to help on your farm, especially because some special ooblets will like find obsidian, which is like a rare resource that you can find with like digging up rocks and shit on your farm. But I also just got these seeds by pulling weeds and whatnot. And the shiny stuff here, that's how you know it's done. So I'm gonna get my sweetie beaties and my muzz. A thing about the farming is it doesn't do it in like the traditional, I haven't played Stardew in a bit, but I'm pretty sure Stardew is like you plant it that day. Even if you plant it at midnight, it will go on a daily cycle and grow the next day. Does that make sense? Whereas this is like, if I plant it at midday, it's going to take 2 days starting at midday. And if it gets not watered, it will end the cycle. Another ooblet.
Ooh.
Fripp. Great. So what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to take some of these little buddies with me because I can get them scanned. I'll show you the town here in a second. I don't remember where I put... Oh, there you are. You're coming along for the journey. So I
love the scanning.
Yeah, the scanning is very cute. Come here, Tamlin. So my current kind of like loadout for my ooblets is I really like these lump stumps because they basically are like hype men, which you'll see later. You kind of have like hype and you have, I forget what the other word is. It's like an F, a word that says an F. Do you know what I'm talking about? That like gives you like the negative buttons. Anyway, are they all on my journey? I think they're all following with me unless I send them home. So great. So let's go into town. I'm just gonna, this is very similar to Stardew, a lot of these other games, is I can use these ingredients to process them. I want to process all my sweetie beaties. It's gonna make the fructose, which if you see here, do I have anything for you to process? No. Okay, so if you see here, we're going to town. There's like a list of like shit you can sell. And this is sort of a little bit where I'm talking about the balance issues, where like, I have had this active for so many in-game days. I feel like I will never not have it active, and I'm constantly canceling these. But I need 30 of them, and I'm going to get a lot of these gummies, which is like the money currency. Anyway, let's go scan these items. This is like a traditional town. This is like the seed store. You can get seeds over here. This isn't open yet. I'm sure it will be eventually. These are cans that I can collect that cost me... Oops, that's not what I wanted. It cost me a bunch of energy to do so. I'll show you what happens when you get low down on energy too. I'm sure I will eventually
get a little sleepy.
Be needing it, yes. I actually do need one of these, so buy. I need one to give to Vidion. I don't remember who that is, but I'm sure I will.
I think Vidion's the guy with the space helmet.
Okay, I thought maybe. I think you're right. There's also like a clothing store and a furniture store. I think another mistake I made was I immediately bought cosmetic-y stuff. Which was just a little dumb. Anyway, you can also like get resources here. There doesn't seem to be anything. There's like this mushroom here I can pluck. Another hot tip is to get energy. When you first play, it's like, what do I eat? I don't know what to eat. Like, I don't want to waste any good resources. So the stuff you shake from trees, which is like, or like find on the ground, which is like this button boy, which is like a mushroom. These guys, they're free. They respawn. I would say eat those. Those are your eating things, but also just like take a nap. Take a damn nap. But the guys with a little white dot over their head, these are the people you can speak to. You can have friendship, and the friendship is denoted in stickers. And usually when you get a sticker, they'll also give you like, here's some furniture, here's some clothes. This guy kind of sucks.
Yeah, that's how I've made every relationship, just exchanging stickers.
Exactly, precisely. You get it, Jan. So these guys are a different color, so I want to dance with you. What do you want? We can see what they want. Great. I have 6. I need them for that thing, but I am going to waste them on this dance battle anyway, and I will show you what is what. So I'm going to do you. Shall I do... Who should I pick, Jan? I'm going to let you choose.
Oh, let's pick the shiny lump stump.
Uh-huh.
And I guess let's pick the parasol person.
Mm-hmm. I think we still have like a couple more. It's usually like equal to the number that they have. So it looks like they have 6.
Oh, okay. Let's get another lump stump.
Great.
For symmetry.
I love the lump stumps.
And then let's pick the new guy at the end.
Okay.
And then...
Is that it? Okay, no.
Yeah.
We still have, I think, one more. At least.
Yeah, the other lump stump.
Okay, great. I love the lump stumps. So every character has, I would say, special skills, but they are all very similar to each other. And these are kind of my issues with the combat, is like the special skills all feel very similar to each other. and don't play off of each other as well as I think I would like. So I would say my little warrior king, his special abilities are like fluster. That's the thing. His special abilities are like stealing points from the other team of like, I'm going to steal 5 points for them, for you. And I would say the lump stumps, their special thing is hype, which is why I like them so much, because they will like hype you up and all of your stuff is worth more. Whereas like other ones are better for like defense or like stealing cards. But considering I don't really know what cards they have, the stealing cards feels kind of useless, to be fully honest. But you can see over there in the like bottom left, I have the beats. And you can see all of my cards have like a certain number. I'm just going to ride the volume a little bit. Yes.
Any modern deck builder game.
It's a mana type of thing, basically.
Yeah.
So I could add a move to my hand, but considering I don't really have a way to look at what my deck is, sometimes a card like this feels a little bit useless to me. Do you know what I mean, Jan?
Oh, yeah, totally.
It's like a little bit of a luck of the draw, but I'm like, I have like a vague understanding of what each character does, so it just doesn't feel so useful. I do wish that like they would flesh out the card building a little bit more, because I really like card building games, and because there's so much else to this game, I wouldn't necessarily expect like a full-on card building, but I think I would enjoy it. Anyway, I'm gonna do, I think, this with my little buddy. I love the hype because it just ends the levels really quickly. It's like the honest answer. And there can be...
And so,
yeah, what are you saying?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you go.
So we're not actually battling, like fighting this other team. We're just like in a dance battle, and like the goal, generally, in my experience so far, the goal has just been to get to the allotted number of points, right?
Yes, absolutely. And like that is kind of that. Yeah, that's sort of what I was about to start speaking to too. Is like if you see, I added flutter, I think, or fluster to their like kind of beats. So what that means is like where my hype adds like more points, their fluster gets rid of points. So I have had characters that I've fought against where like all of their characters just give me fluster, and it's like, oh my god, I literally... So I'm gonna steal this even though it's a 0 point thing, so I usually do it anyway, but I don't know what they have. But anyway, but like their fluster thing where it's like, oh my god, you've given me so much fluster, all of my points are worth 0, and it's just gonna take me ages to like do anything, because there's no way to die either as far as I've seen. There's no like turn limit or anything. It's just like you go forever. So it's like we're just both going back and forth getting 0 points forever. Or I think another thing is like the AI doesn't seem that smart where it like notices that it's like, because it's just going to keep giving me fluster and not earn any points, and it's like, well, I'm just sitting here getting zeros forever. Anyway, that's my main issue with the combat. It's fine. Like I think you can get through it fast enough, but that's why I just use these like lump stumps, because it's like, yeah, just give me fucking all the hype in the world.
Yeah, I think I may pick up on this hype build that you're doing, because I found these encounters, whether it's just like the story dance battles or like these random ones in the town, to be a little long in the tooth.
Yeah, I agree
because
with
like
that.
the AI, it doesn't feel like there's stakes.
Yes, it doesn't feel like there's stakes, and it doesn't feel like there's strategy. And I think also if I could just have like a button that just like fast forwarded through this, it would make this a little bit better. But like literally there have been times when it's like, well, I've given them like 3 fluster, they are using 4 cards in a row that give them 0 points, and like why would they do that, you know?
Yeah, like right now I haven't been paying too close attention, but I don't think you've been flustering them too much.
No, they have 1 fluster.
Yeah,
but I've been hyping myself left and right. Look, I'm getting 8 points, 2 more hype. Do it.
I also love how your player character is just like quietly top rocking or sidestepping while all these like little munchkin monsters are having the time of their lives.
They did have like a cute little story moment in the beginning, because like you basically, the whole premise of the story is like your character comes to town because the town that he or she or they are from is not, they don't have Ooblets, and they're like, we want Ooblets. So they come to this town, and then the mayor is like, cool, yeah, we're in Ooblets town. Anyway, a thing you should know about Ooblets is, for whatever reason, they really love dance battles. So we set up these like really contrived situations for them to get their dance battles in, and they really are happy with that, which I thought was kind of cute. I think sometimes the writing is a little bit too cutesy, like they call coffee bean juice, and it's like a lot of that stuff, but you get used to it, it's fine. I think I'm more just fatigued by it. It's certainly not poorly done. Anyway, this is a dance battle. Now I get a seed from Clicky Claws. I think I'm supposed to be petting Clicky Claws. I can't tell if I'm petting it or just waving at it. I think it's supposed to be petting.
Okay, so that's how you get the variant then.
I believe so,
like
yeah.
unusual, right?
Yeah, see? Unusual Clicky Claws seed. So I haven't seen the super shiny ones yet, but Melda, how are you doing?
Oh wow, you can I guess I'm not far enough to make actual conversation decisions.
They don't seem to matter a whole lot. It just seems
Okay.
to be flavor. And sometimes I will be kind of A-ing through stuff, just like jamming A, and then it's like, whoops a daisy, I just missed a dialogue thing and just chose the first option. But so collecting these cans is just a way to kind of nice up the town, but I sort of have stopped doing them on my own because I don't really, maybe I'm missing something with them, but I feel like they don't really offer enough for me to care. But what you do with them is you take them to the reconstitutor and you add the mystery cans, and you can add other trash. It's mostly these, but sometimes you'll get like what's it called, like wrappers, and it gets full. But it turns into bait for fishing. So we'll come back to that because it'll take a few minutes, but it'll turn into bait for fishing, and that's kind of what you do with it.
On one of these benches in the town here, the more I've been cleaning up cans, the more I've been finding like little mystery notes.
Mm-hmm.
That something nefarious might be going down in our lovely little town here.
I feel like I've also seen those notes, and I'm like, what does it mean? Okay, so she wants bean juice. Another thing with the kind of relationships and dialogue is I feel like I kind of just go through the checklist of like, ooh, obsidian, that's rare. I kind of go through the checklist of like, well, you've got a dot, I'll talk to you. You've got a dot, I'll talk to you. And like all the shopkeepers, I don't go into their store and I don't run into them in town. So it's like, well, we're not good friends. Like if we look at my friends list, it's like she works in the like furniture store. So I'm in there a little more often. But like this haircutting guy, I fucking never talk to him. Versus, I don't even know where I find you. Versus someone like this, like she's always sitting in front of this coffee shop. So I'm always just talking to her. And unlike something like maybe Stardew, where I feel like there's a little more intentionality to who I'm talking to and like to try to earn their relationship, I feel like I am more checking off boxes.
Yeah. Oh, you're looking a little tired.
Oh, here
there.
we go. I'm sleepy. So when you're tired, what happens is you just run around like this all day. And this goes into cutscenes. This goes into Ooblet battles. This goes into everything, which we will see now. And is like another one of my issues with the game. But you see, like the day, we're taking it pretty slow, and it's already, you know, it's not even evening yet, and we're already pretty tired.
Right.
But there are ways to get your health back up and your energy. Okay. Great, she's back. Sometimes that, like, if they're not in here, you can't do this, which is a little bit annoying, but I haven't encountered it too often.
Okay.
Yes, Ooblets to scan. So she's like the town scientist. She wants to scan the Ooblets, and you're helping out, and she'll give you gummies for it. Great, and I have more Ooblets. Yes, I do. As far as I can tell, little guy. I know, they're all very cute. As far as I can tell, I don't think you get any information for doing this. Like, I wish she would scan them and then be like, these are the kind of cards they have. But it seems like she just scans them and then they're scanned.
And then she gives you like a 3D model to put into the town.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. She gives you like a little figurine to put into the museum in the center of the city.
What? I have not.
Yeah, go to the center of the town.
Wow, I've never done this. Okay, great. We're running along. Also, here are some boxes. Oh, I actually have. So I gave all the money for this. This should be open, but this is sort of like the task items, like as far as like the story stuff of like, okay, the Frun Buns, which is one of the like kind of Pokemon-esque clans, I guess. I don't really play Pokemon, but you know what I mean? It's like a club.
Oh, yeah.
So they need a bunch of clothlets, which is a plant item. I have 3 of them, but a lot of my places need them, so I'm maybe not going to give it to them. But you can just see I made some carrot cakes for them, and I got these resources to give to them. And eventually it will open once I give them all the good stuff. Like I opened this like dance barn, which is basically just a place to kind of have tournament-like Ooblet battles that I haven't really messed with too much, considering I'm not like the biggest fan of the battle system in this game.
I'm wondering if they'll take more cues from Pokemon and maybe they'll be like, I don't know, certain dance moves are more effective against other
Yeah,
Ooblet type.
which I think would be more interesting. Like, I want that. I want my own Ooblets. Like, I want it less to be like, well, here are a bunch of random Ooblets, and more like these Ooblets work well together. Like, I wish there was a little bit more of that. But so far, I don't know if I have a Chick-a-Ding-Dong Ooblet yet. So this actually might be one that's worth me doing. I probably won't do it on this quick look, but there are also these random characters. Okay, I can't talk to her right now, but who don't.
So that's an issue I've actually had with this game is like kind of like the pathing. Sometimes, like,
Yes.
I can't get into a door properly, or I can't talk to someone because there's one or two things near them. I mean, it's an early access. And
Yeah,
it's a very
totally.
minor thing.
It does feel minor. Another issue I had with the early access that feels a little more major is like sometimes when it rains, I still have the sunshine thing and my crops aren't getting watered, which is a little bit like,
Okay.
all right.
Yeah.
But not the biggest deal in the world. But yeah, I feel like when I go to the seed store, especially when I have like 30 Ooblets hanging out behind me, I will go in and then it's a lot of like me standing there, Ooblets kind of getting in the way, figuring their shit out, and then I go in, which is fine. And that's also like my Ooblets will get stuck in my house all the time.
Yeah.
But
I'm looking at their glossary now. Do you know what the group of Ooblets following you is called?
is it a murder?
Follow babies.
Oh, yes, that checks.
Good.
I also
like
kind of
that.
wish that I could just pick like one or two and still have them with me, because sometimes it is like, wow, I got like a whole gang of Ooblets running around behind me, which is not the worst thing, but anyway,
Generally,
let's go
everyone else
see.
in town just has like one or two.
Right.
You're
Whereas
doing
I'm
something
like,
else.
check these babies out. I'm gonna talk to Outgrid, I believe her name is. And everybody has their kind of archetypes of like, this girl is into like what's it called, like recycling and like earthy shit, where she's like, I can't believe they put roads in the town, stuff like that. Let's see these models. Is it here, Jan?
Oh, where's the glass cases?
I don't have them. What did I do that you didn't?
Huh?
What did
Oh,
you do
that's
that
weird.
I didn't do?
I don't know. Yeah, so like as soon as you, maybe it's a thing that's different for the console versus the PC version, but like as soon as you scan an Ooblet in that scanner, Roggenrola, I think her name was, or their name was, gives you a 3D model of that Ooblet that you can display here.
What? How come I never got that? I want that. That sounds cool as shit.
Oh, well, that's an interesting difference.
Yeah, it's fascinating. Okay.
Oh, I wonder if you get it too. So when you earn badges, right, for doing random assortment of tasks, do you get like the mayor's Ooblet that just runs to you?
Yes, which is like kind of charming, but also like a little bit like every time you get a badge. So you can go here. I think you can see them in my badges here. So it's like I got a badge for completing 5 tinsel tasks, and then 10, and then later I'll do it for 20. But what happens when I get those is this is the mayor. And this little guy with the crown, he like runs after me and is like, here is your badge. But usually it's like, oh my god, I completed that task like an hour ago and your character just got to me. But also if you can look back
he has
there,
really scraggly legs.
He does, he's cute. But if you look back there, it looks like Warrior King and like another one of my Ooblets are stuck. I think Angry Hat are both stuck in the mayor's office because they didn't leave before the door. Which like it doesn't actually affect anything, it's like mostly cosmetic. But let's process more of these. I'll show you what the fishing is like. I've also had stuff where like my pockets were totally full, but then I would get bait or like other necessary kind of story items. And usually it would just like add on more spaces, which I wasn't really complaining about, but it seems like they maybe haven't figured out how they're doing some of their like, oh, your pockets are full, come back later. Where it's just like, your pockets are full, okay, here's an extra square. And then like once you use it, the square's gone, which could be worse. But usually when you fish, you get items like that. Speedy Grow, it's just like a disposable thing, not disposable, but a consumable item that I can use to increase a crop's growth by 1 day.
Greasing the seeds up.
I also feel like sometimes, so like you see, I have no more energy. I've talked to most people in town. I could eat stuff to get more energy and like gather more resources, but there's still kind of a lot of the day left, and I feel like there's not a whole lot for me to do. Which is like kind of my biggest complaint with the game is like sometimes the days just feel too long, or there's just not enough energy or things for me before I can do them.
Yeah, I did see an upgrade in the wishing well to get more energy, but so far the days have seemed fairly long.
Yes.
Oh, hey, this is up for you. Cool.
Yes, I got the 30% more energy. And I can also show you this area, which I thought was kind of neat. So like this is how eventually I will, I think, get to go to these places. But right now I can only go to Mamunia, which we shall go on a journey there. And I had to go there originally, and I will kind of tell you through the story a little bit. It was like minor story, but it was basically like helping this person collect all of these items in order to like progress in the story. And then once I did it, I was like, oh, my controller.
Oh.
Sorry, let me open my door. I'm in another room. This is my console. This is not the game. Just a second.
Gosh, Zuki. Ooblets, Oobin, Oobin, Tubin. You and me. Ooblets, Dooblets. That's us. Oobin, Tubin, Scoobin, Reuben, Stuttered. 2004. I'm sorry. 2004 was a song. American Idol. Season 2. Can't hear the music well. Fiddle. Bean juice. You. Bean juice. Ooh.
Hold on, Jan. I can't hear you if you're talking, but...
Oh, no. I haven't been talking at all. Bean juice.
Okay, I'm back. I'm going to trim that out, obviously.
Oh, no. Keep it all in.
Were you? Were you saying cool like things, I hope?
Yeah, I was spoiling every blockbuster release that's come out this year.
Okay, that must stay. Okay, anyway, sorry about that, everybody. But one of my biggest complaints about this area is I did the story things, and I feel like aside from the occasional gathering of resources, I don't ever come back here. Oh my god, there used to be a bunch of seeds here, and those are gone, and that was like felt like a reason to come back of like, well, I'll buy these seeds. I guess not, but I'll get these sprockets, which only can be found here.
Does it cost any resources to take the hot air balloon?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
So basically what I had to do was I had to go through each person, and there were, I think, 6, or no, I think I only had to do like 4 or 5, but there were 6 items I needed to collect, and the last person just had like, well, here's a bunch of them. Anyway, though, all of them but one were just battles. They were just like, well, here's a battle with these characters, which was like, okay. Not the most interesting thing in the world. And then one of them was like, I need 10 things of bean juice. So I had to make that. And that I really enjoyed because I actually had to like learn how to make bean juice, which was like a little bit more complicated because first I had to like get a grinder to grind up my like springy things. I'll show you crops. It was like I had to grow this crop, the spring beans, and then I had to get a grinder a crunch stir so I could make them into ground spring beans, and then I had to earn the recipe so I could make bean juice. So it was actually like, okay, this was involved, and it like taught me something, which I liked. Sure. But they only had one character do that. It was like, here's one character where the rest are just the same thing. And now that I've gone through it, what am I supposed to do here? You know?
Yeah. I wonder if, early access again, they'll hopefully flesh it out.
I would think so. Yeah, I mean, I think that's, some of the places we're sort of seeing the seams on like this game being unfinished. And it's not a huge deal. I enjoy my town. I just wish there was like a little more for me to do here.
I get that.
But that's kind of it. All right, let's go back, Gimbal. Great. Badge Town. But this is Ooblets. I mean, I'll show you my farm again. I think you're also seeing my farm in sort of the later stages. I'm like 20 days in and I'm like finally figuring stuff out. But my farm, it took me a while to figure out to like, I should let my Ooblets do all the work. I should clean it. I should let my Ooblets do the work because I was going in, I was watering everything. And once I started to like build sprinklers and then like build these little houses for my Ooblets, which also gave me the space to hold more Ooblets, it really changed the game for me, I think. So that's my hot tip for you. Some of the story stuff, maybe let your Ooblets do the work before and get to farming before you finish the story stuff.
Yeah, where I'm at right now, I was kind of just running around the town looking for resources
Yeah.
when I could have just been looking in my little farm area for like the little planks or the skirnies, I think they're called.
Yes. So I'll show you some of my items. So these are useful, valuable resources that I feel like a lot of things need. These nurnies,
Nernies.
valuable, you need them. I would say
Mhm.
clothlets, a lot of things require clothlets. And then also obsidian, but that's a more rare item. And then there were the planklets. So the
Mhm.
planklets you can get, I have no energy here. I'll eat something. There's also another thing I wish is like, you see, I have this toolbar down here, but I can't eat this in my toolbar. I have to open my menu, go to options, then go to
Mhm.
consume. And I wish it would just let me eat the damn thing.
Yeah, the other thing, it's kind of awkward to swap items from that hot bar to something in
Yes.
your inventory.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I should get on this sprinkler tip because I've been wasting energy
It's a
watering my
game
plants.
changer, especially because like your energy goes so quick.
Yeah.
So, but you can see like, yeah, sprinkler really changes things. But I need a nap, and it's like I can go take a nap now. I'm gonna show you one of my bigger complaints about the game. I can take a nap. We're gonna go take a nap
Mm-hmm.
because they won't let me sleep. It's pretty much the evening now. Oh no, actually, okay, I can't sleep until morning. Before, I feel like it would not let me sleep until it was like night. But we'll sleep until morning. This is fine. But this is Ooblets. I mean, I'm really enjoying it. It really has hooked me in the sense of like I got that kind of farming itch.
Yeah.
I think there are still some balance issues. I feel very poor. Like I don't feel like I'm making money very often. Which I think could be improved certainly. And I think that's also just me still figuring out the game and really playing the game when like no one else has really played it or had a guide ready for me right away.
Yeah. I mean, I feel that way in real life of feeling
Exactly.
very poor and not knowing how to efficiently use my time.
When are they going to make a game fact for life, Jan?
Maybe never.
I'm going to ask
Maybe
Rory
never.
too. He seems like the game fact guy.
He'd take really good screenshots of life.
I believe it. So this was just one last thing before we go. This was a thing I was encountering where I like grew all of these ooblets. I had like 4 ooblets just sitting there, and I couldn't
Mm-hmm.
do anything with them, which was so frustrating. But I think it was also me needing to upgrade my farm and basically make these things, because once you make these little
Oh.
houses or upgrade them, because you can see there's like an upgrade tree. That's when I was like, oh, this is how you make more things. Anyway, I need more clothlets to even do it. But very useful. Hot tip, make these ASAP and make a bunch. Otherwise, you won't have any ooblets. But this is
Hottest oob
ooblets.
tips.
You know, this is unfinished. I think there's still some work to be done, but I absolutely think it is still fun and playable as it is now.
Oh yeah.
Balancing issues aside, but I am really enjoying it. I've put kind of a lot of time. I basically played it all weekend, and I'm hooked. But yeah, grow out your farm. This shit grows back all the time, so break these for planklets, break the rocks for nurnies,
Nernies.
and obsidian very occasionally, and the weeds will sometimes give you seeds, usually for clothlets, which is very useful.
Yes.
But
Yes.
this is Ooblets. I'm having fun. I like it. Big fan.
Me too.
I'm eager to see what it'll look like in its final stages, because I think it still does have a bit to, it's got a journey ahead of it, but I'm really enjoying what it is. I'm excited.
It might become an auto chess later. Who knows?
Oh God. Also, okay, before we go, doesn't my character look just like me? Look at her.
She does.
Look at her.
I like the face mask.
They gave that to me
the
for
sweater.
free, which is
great.
nice. It's me. Perfection. Another issue I have,
Gosh,
okay, not to
Suki.
just go on issues, but like if I take the backpack off, I don't have any more spots in my pockets, which is like, come on.
Oh, I think I have that, and I haven't been using that.
You
Okay.
should, because
Good-
I don't love
good
the
tip.
aesthetics of a fanny pack, or as they call it, a bum bag, which I think is what they call it in like Australia, because fanny is quite vulgar. I know. Mute me in Australia, I guess. But anyway, that's like a small thing. A lot of these I feel like are small complaints that just kind of add up over time, but it's early access. But this is Ooblets. I'm having a lot of fun. Jan Ochoa, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you, Abby Russell.
Yeah, this game again, 25 smackers, in early access in the Epic Game Store and in the Xbox One game preview. If you want to check it out, there is no official release date as far as I'm aware, but I'm eager to know when it happens.
Me too.
Alrighty, I'll see you later, Jan.
Gosh, Zuki.
Precisely.